Hey guys, so today we're talking about the two most critical parts of your workshop in order to close the room. So these are the two most important areas to talk, whether you've been a member for 4+ years now, or you're a brand new member. These are the two most important areas to get you the best results. Number one is the intro and your story, right? Your introduction, the beginning of your talk. This is where it's critical to build rapport as soon as possible and trust and credibility, right? And one of the greatest ways to build rapport is to ask the audience their names, right? As long as there's not more than say 25 people, maybe 20 in that range, depending upon how you do this. I always will go around and say, hey, welcome everybody. I'm Dr. Steve Tullius. This is my practice. I'm so glad you're here tonight. In just a moment, I'm going to be sharing a whole lot of information and more even personal information about me and my journey and my family's journey. But before we do that, I'd love to know more about all of you so that I can help tailor the talk to your needs. So if you wouldn't mind just sharing your name, why you're here, and what you're hoping to gain, just really quickly there, so I can understand what's going on for you. That would be fantastic. So have them now. The key here, this is all about connection, guys. So this is the time to really turn on your empathy switch, right? Really get heart connected, eye contact. Stand in front of each person. Obviously in the back you're not going to stand in front of them, but when you're looking at each person in each, in the front row, you're moving, you're understanding. Your body language is one of empathy, a lot of head nodding, and try to remember their name, right? And say, hey, hey Mary, I'm so glad you're here. This is absolutely going to be a ton of information to help you with that, right? Try to make it relevant. Say something, to connect. Hey Mary, we love when teachers are here. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to better the lives of your students, right? So connect. This is all about building rapport, because remember, they may or may not know that you're a chiropractor yet. They may or may not have known that coming in. They may have some reservations, right? So it's all about building trust, rapport, and credibility, right? So we need to open their hearts and their minds, and we need to handle objections. We have some other videos on handling objections, but some of the core things, is that some people don't think chiropractic's good for anything, right? In fact, some think we're quacks. We go into how to handle that and in some other videos, so I'm not going to dive deeply into that. But this is the time where we're handling objections. So make sure you watch the handling objections trainings, because that's essential. If you don't handle objections, you're going to have people there whose hearts and minds are closed, right? We need to get into agreement, and this is one of the key ways we do that is we say, this office is different. We have this really wild, crazy belief system that you're actually designed to be healthy and not sick. How many of you share this really wild belief, this crazy belief, right? People are raising their hands because they do believe that they're designed to be healthy, not sick. So we're getting into agreement, and then we share then our stories. So make sure that you have your story down, like why, and your passion. Why are you compelled to speak on this topic? This is all about authenticity and vulnerability. If you have a personal connection to the topic, don't hide it. Share it. Let people. If you're afraid of public speaking, don't hide it. Share it. Get super raw and vulnerable in those moments. That's what creates more connection. And then sharing your story definitely creates a connection. Ultimately, in this part, they need to feel your passion, right? They need to sense it, feel it, understand this is part of your mission, that you're there, because you have an obligation to share. Okay, so that's the energy of what needs to happen in the intro. Okay, in that beginning. Now, the second most important part to the workshop is then the close, right? Now you got all this content in between. That's important, yes, but not nearly as important as the beginning and end. In the beginning, you got to capture and open their hearts and minds. At the end, you got to make sure you close with that same sort of energy, and you have to realize everything is on the line at this point. Okay, their lives are on the line, their families' lives are on the line. your future, your success, your practice, your family, everything's on the line at this moment. This is the moment where you need to shine and not shrink. Okay, and a lot of people will shrink at this point because they have limiting beliefs about sales. They have limiting beliefs about not wanting to look like a salesperson, or that feels uncomfortable. This is the time to really push yourselves and get comfortable with the uncomfortable. Okay, this is now. I mean, some of you may not have any problem with it, and that's great. However, there are key elements to delivering a great close. I just shared yesterday when it's in our training center the 10 elements, the three principles, 5 attributes, and 10 elements of the close, where it's broken down step by step. All right, and that works. If you're not getting at least a 70% close rate at your workshops, then you absolutely need to follow that because it works. So make sure you study that. So remember, this is the time to shine, not shrink. Really make sure that your energy is super high. The passion is felt. In that video training I just mentioned, you get all the tips on how to do that. But most importantly, they need to feel your passion, the imperativeness. And that comes through our tone, that this is just the importance and the imperativeness that they actually move forward and take that next step and schedule that exam. They need to feel your leadership and your certainty, right? That's what this moment is all about, right? That you are the solution, that you can help them to get to the thing that they want and massively transform their lives. So go to that training, study it, write out your close, write it out, all the things that you're going to include in your close, right? So write out your own script. It doesn't have to follow mine exactly. In fact, it shouldn't, because you're going to want to list the things like that included in your office, and the costs and all these different things, which are going to be different, and then practice it, practice it, practice it, practice it, so that it just flows out and it feels comfortable. Otherwise, it's going to feel uncomfortable and disjointed, and people sense the lack of comfort, right? And then you'll try to force it and rush it, when it should take some time. We don't need to rush this part, right? People want the opportunity. They deserve the opportunity. They need the opportunity. So we need to be at our absolute best to give them that opportunity to say yes. Finally, send us your videos for these 2 sections. Okay, whether you've been with us for 4 years, there's always room for improvement, and I will review them and go through and give some feedback and tips on both the intro and the close. Okay, so, and for all you new members, send that to us 2 weeks at minimum before your first workshop. Okay, we need that. You need to send it to us, because we can tell you without a doubt the members that do the best in this program, the existing and new members, do really great at these 2 sections. And for new members, the key factor in why they don't succeed is because they go into their first workshop without being prepared for these 2 sections, and we don't want that to happen to you. We want to solve that problem before it ever shows up, so that we can help you get the best results and help those people get the help that they deserve. So thanks for watching, and as always, let us know if you have any questions. All right, take care.